Apologies about that, everyone. I am back now. I think we're just experiencing a few issues with servers, which they have been acting up quite a bit recently. But I hope we're still going to have a good race. And you know what? I'm going to give my predictions on podiums. So, I think the podium's going to consist of. I'm not too sure, to be honest. I think Creations, Spenny, and I'm going to go for a risky shout here. I think that Smiggy's going to have an absolute blinder of a race and finish on the podium. I could be I could be very wrong with that prediction, but that's what I'm thinking. But I want to hear everybody else's predictions. If you want to show me your predictions anyway, as we are underway for the formation lap. Ignore Desert in the background there. He's not racing. He's just there to... Well, he was the host of the server. Of the lobby, I should say. But let's have a look at tyres and... Ooh! Okay! Right, so... The majority of the drivers are using the hards. We have got, I want to say that is a total of 11. Yes, 11 drivers on the hards. 3 on the softs, 3 on the mediums. I think this is going to be interesting with these tyre strategies. But I'm going to stick with my prediction of Creation, Spenny, Smiggy in no particular order. I think that's what the podium's going to be. But we are going to have to wait and see what will happen. It's a very, very good choice of tyres between all 16. Don't even know what just happened there. But Creations is actually going to be first into his grid spot. Or will it be Spenny? It's going to be Creations first into his pit box. Beautifully done. Oh, I don't think I'm going to get absolutely robbed of a good camera angle on the race start. This looks good. Positive was didn't get a good space in the grid. Now we're just waiting for Latifi. I'm not sure if he's in the lobby or not. But anyways, 5 red lights. And we are underway. And I think Creations has got a better start than Spenny. And he does into turn 1. Creations is in the lead. Spenny goes off the track a little bit. And then Esbe is right on the back. Spenny diving down the inside. He's going to have the inside into turn 4. But Creations right around the back. And that's Hurricane going off track. He's currently Creations from Spenny and then an Esbe. Side by side with Spenny. and overtakes him before turn 6. And what a start that was! Hectic. And there is Deza going off. And Latifi, I think, has just had a moment through either turn 6 or turn 7. But now, I think Creations is going to get away as Armour King has overtook Spenny. And Spenny's just not had a good line through Maggots and Beckett's. Oh, and a big contact between Spenny and Alex. That's not good. As Matthew's now got past them both. What's happened to Spenny through Maggots and Beckett's? I'm not too sure. But what an opening lap we have had. As Anesbe is battling with Creations now. And Anesbe is ahead. So this is going to be crucial in that Constructors' Championship battle between McLaren and Mercedes. Never thought I'd be hearing that. Desert is retiring because he was not meant to race in the first place. He was just there to host the session. But what's happened? Basketball Dan's had a spin. And something happened to Fallow and Latifi. I don't think they're in the lobby. I don't think Fallow and Latifi are in the lobby. And as Hurricane, is he going to go for a move on Nathan? Oh, he is not making it fully, though. I thought he would have dived down the inside there. That's really close to an overtake by Hurricane into turn 6. Oh, you don't want to be going down the inside of Cops, but he's done it. And Hurricane gets past Nathan, but Nathan switched back. Perfectly executed on Hurricane before Maggots and Beckett's. Nicely done. And Anesbe's just pulling ahead out in front as Armour King right on the back of Creations now. Going down the inside, and who's that? That's Mantis. Spinning off track. Part of me hopes this happens tomorrow. And I hope it does. I'm sorry for saying that, Mantis, but we're pretty much championship rivals right now in Tier 2. And I want that to happen to you. No hard feelings. As DRS is now wide open. And I would have expected Armour King to have pulled away a little bit from Creations. But who has pulled away? His name is Anesbe. And he's in a McLaren. It's going to be big points for McLaren. As the other McLaren sits in 12th. He is making moves. He's right on the back of Nathan and David. Nathan going for an overtake. Hurricane's going to get them both, I think. Can he get Nathan? He can. Is Nathan going to stay on the inside? Oh, just. And is Nathan going to get back ahead? No, he is not. Hurricane stays P10 through those 3 corners. What a double overtake that was for Hurricane. Nathan going off track a little bit, I saw. Creations wasn't able to get ahead of Armour King. As I think those softs are just a little bit more better than the hards. But as we all know, the softs are going to die out quicker than the hards. As Smiggy and Positive now battling for position. Something happened to Positive, which I'm not too sure about. Smiggy now up to 8th. And now he's on the hunt for the other Red Bull. Our pole sitter, Spenny. We will see. He's not going to get DRS in this first straight. He's a bit too far back. Positive will, though. And I thought I saw a spin there, but I was wrong. But Spenny right on the back of Alex F1. But Alex is just a little bit ahead now. And no overtakes witnessed through the Wellington Straight. And look at this little battle going in for 10th. I know I've been on it before, but it's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good indeed. But Hurricane leads Nathan and David through Cop's corner for the battle of 10th. And Positive is right on the back of Smiggy. Who's Smiggy in Hamilton's car. Positive in Verstappen's car, going round the outside, down the hangar straight into Stowe corner. Positive gets back ahead of Smiggy. That's P8 for our world champion. Let's look at this battle for P2. Well, I would say battle for P2. Mainly the battle for P6 between Alex and Spenny. Spenny hasn't been able to get past Alex. I think it might be because of those soft tyres, but Spenny's had a beautiful turn 3. And is he going to have a very good turn 4? I think he has just had it better than Alex, as Alex has now got past Harvey. And Spenny has now got past Harvey. There's P5, P6 for Alex and Spenny. As Spenny, is he going to go down the inside? He sticks a nose in and there's contact. Oh, he's been on the cards. Oh, that's a shame for them both. I'm not too sure who's at fault. I'm sure that's going to go to the stewards. And we're going to find out after the session. But Alex has lost a few places, actually. He was P5. He's now P9. And Creations has been able to get past Armour King and Matthew right on the back of that Haas. Will he look for a move? He's not going to go for a move right now. Car number 3 on car number 13. Look how close behind Matthew is. He's so close to the back of that Haas. Is he going to go for a move into turn 3? He is! Down the inside goes Matthew. And P3 momentarily, but Armour King gets back ahead. Matthew on the outside. Will he be ahead into turn 5? He will! Good overtake by Matthew. And now the charge for P2 starts right now. As Anesbe has flown ahead a little bit. And now, I was going to say, Armour King looking for a move on Matthew. No, Matthew just made a move on Armour King. Ignore me there. So let's see. This looks like a good little battle for P8. Between Spenny, Alex, possibly Hurricane. And I guess you could include Nathan and David. But it's a good battle for P11 as Nathan goes off track. That's going to hamper him as David gets ahead. But here's what I would have done. I would have normally waited until after the DRS detection zone to possibly go for an overtake. But now Nathan is going to have the DRS, but also David has DRS. He's going to stay P11. Ignore me. Never mind. I did not think he would be within a second of Hurricane. But Anesbe, the gap ahead is 1.9. Matthew's right on the back of the Mercedes ahead of him. Is he going to go for it down the Wellington Straight? I think he will. We'll have to wait and find out. 5 tenths the gap. The DRS is wide open. He's going to be closing up, but not enough. Armour King's right in the back, and it's another 2.5 seconds back to Harvey in P5. Positive 1.2 seconds off of Harvey. So he's having a good little race. Positive. You could say it's going in a positive way for him. Right, I'll stop. That was a terrible joke. That was an absolute terrible joke. I apologise. Excuse me. But now the gap ahead is 2 seconds. And Mantis is all the way back in P16. And a 3-second time penalty has been dished out to Nathan. That will be for track limits. I would want to think it's going through Cop's corner. And now look at this. Matthew still right on the back of that Mercedes, and Armor King is just waiting back there. Might be licking his lips, possibly going for a late move. As there's a spin, it's Basketball Dan who's had a spin. And is that wing damage? I don't know, but he's coming into the pits. As Creations fending off the attacking Matthew and Armor King, but it's not going to be for long, as I think Matthew, pulling to the inside, overtakes Creations into turn 6. And Matthew spun! Matthew spun! Oh no! He's just made a good overtake and he's spun! I don't think... Didn't look like it was contact, but I could be completely wrong once again. But Matthew spins through turn 7, is now P6. He's got to do all his hard work again. Going off track there. That's going to be a track limits warning. It's not... I don't think it's his second. I think that might be his first. And now he's going to be under pressure from Smiggy behind. But he will have DRS off of Positive, as Armor King is now ahead of Creations, and Positive is now ahead of Harvey. 3.2 seconds to gap though, so he's got a lot of hard work to do, Positive, if he wants to get up into the podium positions. But the gap ahead, and their space just flying. 3.3 seconds. I think it's round about now that the softs are definitely going to be dying off. And Creations, if he would want to have any chance of winning this race, is going to have to get past Armor King as quick as possible, because that gap is just going to keep on increasing all the way, unless you are using ERS, which I think Armor King is, because that gap just went from 3.4 to 3.3 in the space of a straight, but it's through the corners where he's just losing a bit of time. And that is not good. That's not what you want. I think that's just going to show that the tyres are definitely dying off. Yeah, and there we go. 3.6 seconds a gap now. Creations is wanting to make this move. He's going to have to make it through the hangar straight. 2 attempts the gap. He's going to pull to the inside, Creations. He's getting past Armor King. And now he's going to have to go on a charge to chase down Inez Bay, who is 3.7 seconds up the road. And the two ghosted drivers, Latifi and Fallow, having a brilliant battle, I will say. But look at this battle for 4th. Positive, Harvey, Matthew, Spenny, and Smiggy. That's going to be a good little battle. But Positive is going to be the vulnerable one. 5 tenths behind is Harvey, who is actually getting overtaken by Matthew. Into turn 6 we go. Matthew is just ahead of Harvey. He's going to have to be careful, as he doesn't want an incident to happen again through... I want to say that's... It's either Luffield or Woodcut. I think that might have been Luffield and then it's Woodcut. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But anyways, Matthew stays ahead of Harvey. And I think it might be time for the soft runners to box. There you go. Armor King comes in. Does Smiggy come in? Yes, he does. It's going to have to be a little bit slower than that. There you go. And we have 2 people boxing. It's mediums for Smiggy. And is up. And it's hards for Armor King. Both, I think, are looking to go to the end. And the gap ahead just keeps getting bigger and bigger. 4.8 seconds the gap was. But that seems to be getting smaller and smaller. But Nesbe is just going quick here. And Harvey, 3-second time penalty. Oh no! Yeah, just looking on board with Spenny, he doesn't have a very good Magus and Beckett. He didn't hit the apex out of some of them, as Harvey's got ahead of positive. Now, I don't know about you, but that was... And Spenny's coming in. And Smiggy, 3-second time penalty. Smiggy! Yeah. And Nesbe is flying. Check his files. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But he's flying. These two, P1, P2, they are... Well, they're the main reasons that they are in the battle for the constructors. But, as the way things stand, McLaren will be constructors champions. And the gap just keeps getting bigger and bigger. 5.3 now. As Positive is right on the back of Harvey. Matthews diving into the pits. Ooh. I think there might be a set of mediums coming Matthews' way. Hurricane coming in. Maybe a set of hards coming his way. I would like to see what they do. And that is a set of mediums for Matthew. And it is... Oh, it's a wing change for Hurricane. Oh! And he has now dropped behind Smiggy. Oh! Matthew comes out ahead of Smiggy. But he's going to have to get those tyres heated up quickly. Because Smiggy's right on the back. But don't forget, Smiggy does have that time penalty. It's going to be no DRS for Matthew. Purple Sector 1 for Spenny. And the gap's just getting bigger and bigger ahead. And Creation stays out. Harvey's gone off the track. Do you think that might have been... I'm not too sure, to be honest. David currently P5 and Nathan P6. Let's just have a look at those who have stopped. And Mantis! 3-second time penalty. Wait, no, it's a 5-second time penalty, sorry. I'm so used to seeing 3-second time penalties. I'm not thinking it's a 5-second time penalty. That's hampering him. in this race. Sorry about that, just had to let out a few sneezes. But Enesbe is still flying. I think he might be going to the softs. Could Creations possibly undercut him? Creations is coming in! Just sliding across the pit entrance. Acting like Tokyo Drift up in here. I like it. Or Formula Drift, I should say. But anyways, now Enesbe, clean air in front of him, and a lot of space behind him. Will he keep on pushing? Oh, if he would like to win the Constructors' Championship along with Hurricane, then yes, you would want to keep on going. As David is now P3, defending against Enesbe. Fallow P5, but I don't think this will count for him because he's not in his car racing. Armor King is defending against the very fast Spenny. Let's just have a look at the fastest lap. And there we go. Spenny is faster by a tenth to Matthew. Going down the inside there. And Spenny is up into P6. Now, 9.1 seconds of gap. Oh my days. This kid is cracked. Alex got a time penalty, and it was Nathan who got a time penalty as well. But in comes Enesbe. And Positive is staying out. Staying out. It's mediums for Enesbe. And it's a very good stop indeed. Nathan is in the pits. Spenny staying out, out, out. Staying out. Alright, anyways. And Spenny's just gone faster. Can he get within the DRS range of Enesbe? We can! He has! And Mantis, another 3-second time penalty. He's currently battling with Basketball Dan. And I think he might have got that time penalty when going through Stowe. Now, Positive, he's going to have to push all he can. And he's going to have to hope that Enesbe doesn't have good pace as of right now. I'm trying to figure out what the gap is between him and Creations. I'm going to say that's around about like 4 seconds. But Enesbe is going to be a little bit vulnerable down the back straight. Oh, and here we go. Here's a little battle between Mantis and Basketball Dan. Battling for P15. I know it's not much, but still a little bit of a battle going on. As Positive and David in the pits. It's the mediums for Positive. As Enesbe is going to get back ahead. Is Spenny? Creation sets the fastest lap. Is Spenny still within DRS? No, he backs. He's fallen out of it just by a few hundredths of a second to a tenth. And Enesbe is going to get away once more. 1.3 seconds to gap. Now, I still think anybody could win this. God, it looked... Oh, did I see a little bit of blink? I do see a little bit of blinking. On the car of Enesbe. He's blinking. He's been using. As Creations Gets past Armor King. He's down the inside into Cops. Oh, he was so close to tapping the rear of Matthew. But he hasn't, and there hasn't been a collision. I'm surprised we haven't seen a safety car. I mean, it's good to see that everybody's keeping it clean. But Creations down the inside of Matthew. Back onto the podium spots for Creations. He's flying right now. The man who is currently P3 in the championship. He's looking to gain points over Matthew. Possibly get P2 if he can. Basketball down with a 3-second time penalty. And then Nesbe's just flying ahead, 2.3. Now, I think Creations might have the better pace than Spenny. Let's just have a look at the tyre life. Yes, Creations does have more tyre life than Spenny. So, Creations is going to have to want to get past Spenny as quick as possible. But don't forget, Nesbe's tyres are more fresher than the rest, apart from Positive and David. They are on fresher tyres than Nesbe and everybody else. But I don't think Creations is just going to be able to find a way past until the back straight of the hangar straight. Never mind, it might be right now because Spenny has just gone off track. But Creations can't get past, waiting behind through Maggots and Beckett's. And Matthew is there, lurking in the distance. DRS wide open for Matthew and Creations. Creations to the outside of Spenny. Spenny looks like he's all spent up. And Spenny down the inside. Oh no, Spenny's took out Creations. Oh, what was he doing? That was a silly move. Absolute stupid move by Spenny. That's just hampered Creations' chances of winning. And I don't think Creations is going to be happy with that one. I think that's definitely going to go to the stewards. Basketball Dan picks up a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. But that's a total shame for Creations. He was flying as well. He's made the move. And Spenny's just been like, nope, I'm still here. He's gone for a lunge. And he's took Creations out, dropping him out of the podium positions. And possibly out of the chance of winning this race. I would like to see what people say about that one, because I've just given my verdict. I think that might be on Spenny. I think that might be his fault. But we will have to wait and see what the stewards say. But that's what I think. As Nathan's just made a move on Hurricane. Is this one? Matthew getting past Mantis. Yeah, Matthew also caught up in the conflict as well. I think he might have got a bit of damage. Might be wing damage, actually. Yeah, that's a total shame for Creations. And I was right behind Smiggy, who somehow has managed to find his way into P4, no, P5 now. But let's have another look at penalties. And as it stands, Anesbe will be winning this race, and I think McLaren will be Constructors' Champions. As Creations now picks up a 3-second time penalty. I think the Mercedes might work together here. But they've got to be wary of Positive behind, because he's within the 3 seconds of Smiggy. And he's closing down to get past Creations. And they've not swapped positions, so it's no team orders at Mercedes. It's battle it out. See who can finish it ahead. But also, Positive is right there. 2.5 seconds a gap to Smiggy. As Spenny spins. It's the end of turn 13 through turn 14. And it's no safety car. I'm surprised we haven't had a safety car yet. I don't think we're going to get a safety car this race. And Mantis picks up another 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. I would be lying if I said I didn't want that to happen. And Spenny is retired in the pit lane. I still think they're going to look at that incident through Stowe. And I still think the blame's going to be on Spenny. And Spenny has left the session. But I would like to see what people say about that. Yeah, it is. It's definitely no team orders down at Mercedes. But both of them are chasing down Armour King. But even if they do get ahead of him, they're not going to get the podium position because of that time penalty they've got. I think we're too late in the race now to have a safety car. So that's going to hamper everybody's chances of catching up to Anesbe, who's just flown ahead this race. And this battle for P3 is still living large. As I think Creations looked for it round the outside, but he's got a way better exit through turn 7 and turn 8. He's right on the back of Armour King as we go through Cop's Corner now. Oh, that was straight at you. As we go through Maggotts and Beckett's, Armour King is blinking. Creations is right behind. Smiggy is right behind. And Positive has DRS now. And now both Mercedes towing, getting ahead of Armour King. And they're going to have to hope Armour King plays as a buffer, as a defense to Positive. But also, they're going to have to get away in the remaining laps we have got. The remaining 4 laps. As Alex is in the pits. I think he might look for a fastest lap. Yep, on come the softs for Alex F1. And it's still a very good battle for P3. And there is a huge gap behind to David, who is defending against Hurricane, and Nathan's just finding his time. But it's not going to be much as he is 1.3 seconds behind and does have that 6-second time penalty, which we might even lose out to Matthew. Well, let's see. Creations staying ahead. I think the smart idea would be for Smiggy to defend. As Hurricane gets past David, round the outside of Stowe. Nathan's just binding his time again. Matthew getting past one of the AIs. And will he get past the other AI on the main straight? On the Hamilton straight? He will. Now he's got to chase down Nathan for P9. As Positive is past Armor King. We've got to show some defense now, Mercedes. Let's see how good your defense is. On lap 24 of 26, we've had no safety cars. It's David now gets a 3-second time penalty as we've had a spin. I think we might have had a spin with Basketball Dan, but I think I've just missed it. Now the only thing that the Mercedes could hope is that Positive and Armor King get 3-second time penalties as well. But it looks highly unlikely, in my opinion. As well, I think Positive was just looking for a move there. But not to be. As we come down the Hamilton straight to start lap 25. Anything could still happen. I'm trying my best not to show the ERS here. There we go, we're good now. I'm staying on board in this battle. Positive looked for a move on Smiggy, but it was not meant to be. As what's happened to Hurricane? What happened to David? Did they come together? I think they did. And Alex sets the fastest lap of a 1 minute 27 dead. Actually, you know how I said they're not going to beat the lap record? I think they did. They did, didn't they? Oh, man. And now Enesbe starts the final lap of this race. The battle is still heating up for these four. As it stands, it will be Positive making the podium. Unless Armor King has anything to say about it. Which I highly doubt. But like I said before, it was no team orders down at Mercedes. It was battle it out. But it's not going to mean anything, I don't think. Let's just have a quick check of position changes. Oh. Who's going slow? Oh, it's Basketball Dan. I think he's been lapped. He has, yes. But anyway, it's been all fun and daylight for this McLaren driver. Car number 3, coming round Snow for one last time through the chicane. Through the left, through the right of Vale, as he comes round the final corner to win the British Grand Prix and seal the Constructors' Championship for McLaren. Enesbe wins at Silverstone. Harvey claims P2. And it's still battle on battle on battle. But Positive is on the podium. Armor King will finish 4th. Smiggy, Creations, 5th and 6th. And I think Nathan is going to drop behind Matthew, Hurricane, and David. Yes, he has. The AI finishing. Latifi finishes ahead of Nathan. And now we just wait and watch Alex go. He will be the last to cross the line. But your race winner is Enesbe. Alex is retired. Brilliant. But the championship has been sealed. Just a reminder, your world champion of Tier 1 is not Creations, sorry. Creations! Sorry. Your Tier 1 champion is Positive yet again. And your Constructors champions are McLaren. Taking the win here. And Esbe was on a whole different level. He's shown the pace. He's done absolutely amazing. Congratulations to Harvey on getting the podium as well. And Positive staying on the podium. And also got Driver of the Day. So, there is your final standings for the final race of Season 8. It was a very good race to finish on. A lot of chaos. And I think the stewards are in for not maybe a long day, but a long-ish day. Anyways, you can expect... Well, I think you can expect the stream over on the HTR channel instead of my channel. But if you have enjoyed, please consider following both my channel and the HTR channel. I've enjoyed this race. I hope you've enjoyed this race, and you can expect even more good racing tomorrow as we're staying in Silverstone for Tier 2 and a championship battle between quite a few drivers. I will quickly just say who I think might be able to win it still. Mantis, me, Azure, Magnetic, Kev could still win it, Petrol, Kenzie, and I think Nathan as well. Sam is just out of the running. So 7 drivers could still win it. But anyways, I've had fun commentating over this race. I sure hope you have enjoyed watching it. I will catch you all later. I would normally any other words, but well, I wouldn't normally say it because I'm normally a co-commentator. But I hope you've all enjoyed today, and HTR will catch you tomorrow. Good night.